Hi, my name is Maureen Correll. I'm a PhD student in Ecology and Environmental Science at the University of Maine. I'm also a fellow in the Adaptation to Abrupt Climate Change IGERT program at the Climate Change Institute. I'm interested in large-scale ecological trends and patterns that we see in the living world. Many of these patterns can be affected by abrupt climate change, or rapid, nonlinear change in the Earth's climate system.
In particular, my dissertation work is focused on tidal marsh bird communities in the northeastern United States and the change that we see in those communities over time. Tidal marshes are one of North America's most dynamic habitat types and provide significant ecosystem services to humans. They act as a physical barrier between marine and terrestrial ecosystems, act as carbon sinks for atmospheric CO2, and support both terrestrial and aquatic biodiversity. A significant part of that biodiversity is made up of birds which rely on tidal marsh for breeding habitat. The global breeding range of one species of songbird, the salt marsh sparrow, is encompassed completely within coastal wetlands from North Carolina to southern Maine. North America's tidal marshes directly support global biodiversity through maintenance of this sparrow's breeding habitat. Climate change threatens these tidal marshes and the organisms that depend upon them through abrupt increases in storm-related flooding events and sea level rise. I am part of a research group called the Salt Marsh Habitat and Avian Research Program, whose mission is to assess the current status of marsh birds on the East Coast. Our program, together with collaborating agencies, conducted bird surveys at over 1,700 locations in the summers of 2011 and 2012 in between the Chesapeake Bay in Virginia and Maine. Originally, I planned to compare these data to a historical database of bird surveys to assess changes in marsh bird populations over time. But then, in October of 2012, Hurricane Sandy struck the coasts of Connecticut, Long Island, and New Jersey, altering the coastal landscape significantly and momentarily flooding much of coastal infrastructure 4 meters or more. This extreme storm event significantly altered the vegetation communities of the coastal marshes along the East Coast. In fact, the events of Hurricane Sandy created a textbook before-after control impact natural experiment. The impact zone of Hurricane Sandy fell in the center of our survey area, leaving unaffected areas both to the north and the south. We plan to take advantage of this natural setup by repeating surveys in 2013 to measure the reaction of marsh communities to extreme storm events such as Hurricane Sandy.
The results of my research will help enhance our current understanding of coastal wetland resilience to abrupt climate change and help identify ecosystem thresholds after which an abrupt loss in biodiversity may occur. This information can then help inform conservation goals and decision-making on a local, state, and national level. Hopefully, the fieldwork and analyses proposed here is only the beginning of longer-term monitoring programs to help support and protect our coastal wetland habitat in light of an abruptly changing climate.